Welcome, agent student, to the distance learning version of pre-algebra. Your job, should you decide to take it, is to watch a series of videos online at the website, after which you'll be doing homework assignments online at a website known as Math Excel. At various times in the semester, you'll be taking tests at the Rockville Assessment Center. They'll be on paper. So, let's get to it, and I want to tell you a few things before I give you the specifics.
Warning, warning, warning!
I need to tell you that if you were to take this class on campus, it goes quite quickly, and it goes at the same pace that you take it in distance learning. When you took this course in high school, you took it every day for about an hour. So that's 5 hours a week. We teach it for about 3 hours a week. When you took it in high school, you took it for 9 months. Our semesters only go 4 months. I'll tell you what, just this time, I'm going to do the math for you. That comes to 45/12, or
Houston, we have a problem.
about
This is a pickle George. This is
3.75 times. You're going to learn this, or we're going to be taught to you, almost 4 times as fast as you didn't learn it and remember it in high school. Think about it. If you were an average sprinter and you could run 15 miles an hour, you'd be racing against a car that goes 56 miles an hour. We've got a problem, but sorry, there's nothing we can do about that. That's the way the system is. So this stuff is going to race by you.
But now you know the rest of the story.
So you can see why 50% of the people that take this course fail. That is a big problem. And summer goes twice as fast as that. So if this is a summer course for you and you're taking another course, you're probably being unrealistic. You probably don't have the time to do that. Okay, so be afraid. Make sure you stay up. That's the number one thing in this course. You've got to remember to keep up with us. Okay, most of the people that actually take the tests at the assessment center get A's and B's. The 50% that fail this class are the ones that never get around to taking the test because they get so far behind. Okay? Now another thing,
You can't handle the truth.
you have several more courses to take beyond this course. So, with that said, you need to know that you really do need to retain this information. You know, of the people that get a C, you know how many people in this course get a C? That the number of people, or the percentage of people that pass the next course,
Oh, very bad. Definitely
that is horrendous, okay? At least of the people that get a B, that number jumps up to 58%, which is still terrible, but at least you should be at least shooting for a B, because you don't have a very, very good chance at all if you only slip by with a C in this course, okay? So make sure, even if you get something right and you don't know why you got it right, don't be afraid to ask a question, please, okay?
Now you listen to me. I want details, and I want them right now.
Okay, let me give you the exact grading of the course. You will have homework that you'll have to do online, and it'll be worth 15% of your grade. And you'll want to do it anyway to get ready for the tests. There will be 5 times you have to go to the assessment center and take these tests. Okay? They're worth 75% of your grade. Then there is this one competency exam that'll be worth 10% of your grade. That adds up to the 100%. Now the stickler here is that the competency exam is independent of all the other things. You're going to have to show us that you know what you're doing.
Yoink.
So you're going to have to get at least an 80% on this competency test, independent of what you got on the other tests. Even if you got all A's, you have to get at least an 80%, or you will not be passed on to the next class. And you know from what I showed you earlier, you certainly don't want to eke by with a C anyway. So we don't want to send you to the wolves. You do get 2 chances at that competency, okay? But my suggestion is the competency is only on the materials that are on tests 1 through 4. So when you go in to take test 4, also take your first chance at the competency. That'll be when it's the freshest in your mind, okay? And then you email me and say, how did I do? And most people do fine. But if you didn't do fine, you'll take the second chance at it when you take test 5. Okay, I don't want to inconvenience you. I know that's why you're taking this course.
Oh, good grief.
Now, speaking of the tests, they are very much like the practice tests, okay? And your homework, you'll get double credit for the practice tests, okay? So make sure you take them. If there's any problem that you can't do in the practice test, you should let me know. Email me right away, because it's not like you're all of a sudden going to be able to do it on the real test. They're taken at the Rockville Assessment Center. Just the Rockville Assessment Center. Okay, that's in room 14 of the Student Center building. Okay? Now, it does close early on Fridays, and you can't go there 5 minutes before it closes, because they'll only give you 5 minutes to take the test. So you'll have to, check the schedule there. I will give you 2 hours to take every test. So that shouldn't be a problem. It is open some Saturdays, but it's kind of an infrequent schedule, usually every other Saturday, and I don't know which one, depending on the month. So you should call before you go. Now, if you need help, I'm who you paid for. Okay, you can use the software, but you paid for me, so I hope you will use me. My email is bill.witte@montgomerycollege.edu. That's easy to remember. Please sign your name in your email. I get all these emails from the Golden Teddy Bear or Sweetie 122. That doesn't mean anything to me. Tell me what class you're in, because I do teach other DL classes, and who you are. And please don't send me any thank yous. I open many, many emails every day, and you paid for me. You don't need to be thanking me, okay? Please don't add to that high number. The other thing is, this is one of the first courses you're taking, and your email should be in the school system. If it isn't, please, go to the trouble of making sure it is. We're not going to be sending you ads or anything. The reason we want your email is so that we can email you your grade, for instance, or various things. We can email you reminders of this class, okay? So please make sure your email is in the system. Okay, my home phone is listed here and on the syllabus, 301-989-1432. But please do call before 8:30 p.m. I go to bed then, and my wife will answer after that, and she's going to try and scare you. So definitely, you can call me at 8:29, and I'll talk to you for a long time. But once I go to bed, I think it's only fair that I asked you not to call after that. Now, another thing you have available for help is the web page, which is easy to remember. It's www.montgomerycollege.edu/pre-algebra. Okay, and what can you do there? Well, you can get, by clicking on the blue main title there, you can get the syllabus. Okay, you can get the TV shows, which you should be watching, or you can get some presentations in addition to that for help. Okay, but don't be, as I say, don't be afraid to email me.
Hey, Doc, wait. I want to ask you something.
How are you going to do the homework? I'm sure you want to know. Well, that's going to be at a website called mathexcel.com, www.mathexcel.com. You'll need to become a member, but let me tell you a little bit about it before you do. Once you get to do a homework assignment,
Prepare to be astonished.
it'll basically look like this, okay? And they'll give you a question up here, and you can jump amongst the questions up here. This means there's more, okay? And if you need help on that question, the software can give you help here in that problem, or it can give you a problem just like that problem in View an Example, or you can watch a video. They're not good as mine. or you can jump to the textbook pages if you wish. I particularly don't like that myself. Another thing that's very useful is you can ask the instructor. That's me. And if you click on that, it'll email the problem to me from you. You don't have to type up what the question was. And you can just say, well, Mr. Witte, I don't know how to do this, kind of a thing. And I'll get back to you. Okay? Probably your best mode. Okay? And you'll be jumping through problems. Make sure you submit your work, because it will go right into my gradebook. Make no mistake, as amazing as this is. Okay? Now, how do we get into this, you might ask? Well, you will either go to a Montgomery College bookstore and get what is listed here as an access code, and then bring that access code back to this MathXL site and register. Okay, and the register will, and when you register, you'll get a login name and password. Okay, and then you can log in. Or you can come directly to the site, as long as you have a credit card, and choose the Buy Now feature and get a login name and password. Once you have a password, you've got a little bit of work to do in addition to your homework. I'm going to say that I have my password. I'm typical student. So I'll log in. Typical student. And I'll put in my password, not telling you what it is. And I'll log in. Then I've got a couple jobs to do. I guess it'll bring me up to the commercial screen here. It tells me I'm in, it welcomes me. And I'll click on Enter MathXL. And I really have two major jobs to do before I can start my homework. I have to enroll in the class. Okay, and there's a little button here to enroll in a new class. Now, based on my password that I established, it asked me earlier what my zip code was. Okay, so what will happen is when I enroll in a new course or a course, it'll say, well, how do you want to do it? And I'll say, I want to enroll in my instructor's course. And it'll give me a list of schools that are in my zip code. And of course, I'll pick Montgomery College. And hopefully you'll pick the instructor, Bill Witte. I'm all the way down towards the end there. And I have several of these courses, so be careful, and you'll pick the MA090 course. Okay? Not 90A, 90. And you'll enroll. Okay, and once you click on enroll, you'll be in that course. The other thing you'll have to, and you'll be in my gradebook, and all of your homework will go directly into my gradebook. Pretty amazing. Every time you click submit. Okay? The other thing you'll have to do is to run what's called the installation wizard. You'll click on this. I'm not going to do it for you here because it's not that hard to do. It is a wizard. Your homework software will not work until you run this wizard on every computer that you choose to run the homework on. You can do it maybe your work computer, your home computer. You can do it on several of them, but you have to run the installation wizard to be able to do the homework on that computer. Okay? And once you've done that, you can click OK, and you'll be able to do homework by selecting homework and tests from the list. And you'll work your way through those homeworks. This one begins with rounding and estimating, much like yours. Okay, and you'll work your way through these homeworks, and you'll know when to take a test when it says take a practice test. Now, these ones in the homework are only practice tests, mind you. Okay, you have to go take the real test at the assessment center. Don't forget that. Okay? Well, with that said, I'm going to leave you to your homework, and hopefully you will dig in and
What's all this jabber-wopping when there's work to be done?
let's get to it. Don't be afraid to email me with questions also. Okay? Aloha.